between these two sets of forwards. Wynn standing wide, he loves it out there. More often than not, he's able to make a break. Right on halfway, playing at the hooker Dowling. Stone. It's Craig Young, the skipper for St George, who's got it. Now this is went past Stone to Morris. Let's trudge it.
Some solid tackling out there, and East are looking good. They've got their straight line, and they're moving up, putting the men on the ground, which is very important.
Reddy and Brian Johnson, the fullback. He's a very elusive runner. Johnson down the touchline. He's got McKellar going for the corner. Beautiful tackle from Schubert. Johnson's going to score. No. The tackle from Schubert was sufficient to force his man into touch. And back behind play. Back to Lang. Hastings. Metcalf. Another good tackle. That was Buckley, the lock forward. One tackle to go for East. Lang to Hastings. Again kicking. Little one over the top. Cleal waits. Got it back too. He's a strong man, Noel Cleal. He's got Aylett going with him. He won't have the pace, and it's almost intercepted. Aylett has it. Looks for support, and he's got it too. That was a near thing. Graham Wynn. And the high one goes straight to Schubert.
He's a big fellow too. Very strong.
Schubert is down on the St George quarter line. Lang, Hastings, Andrews. That's Tobin. Byrne called for it. Made a break down the middle. John Byrne's very quick. He's going for the line. Morris across, and the support wasn't there in time. A good break by Johnny Byrne. That's Aylett, and East are getting very close now. Only a metre or two out. Lang dummy half. That's Harvey. Unloaded it. That's Tobin, Andrews and Cleal. Cleal's got support and couldn't unload it. One tackle to go. 10 metres out, right in front of the posts. Hastings again trying to bomb. Nobody's back there. Knocked backwards, and Des O'Reilly called for it, but the ball not grounded. Held up in the end. Reddy and Wynn, the three forwards, standing right out where the centre should be. Back to Dowling. Behind play to Wynn for the kick. Kerr following it back on his own goal line now. And he's got Boasted on the far side going up with him. Oh, lovely tackle from McKellar. Schubert. Boasted's lost it. That's close. Morris is in for a try. Kerry Boasted lost the ball, and Steve... Too difficult for a man of his talents. The extras added by Graham Wynn, so that's the first score of the match. A 5-0 lead to St George. Young, forcing his way out from the quarter line, is playing it to Dowling. Morris, Reddy. That's Trudgett. Made a good break to 5'8". He's got support on both sides. And away goes Brian Johnston, the centre. Looks for McKellar out on the wing. Johnston coming back to the touchline. Inside was Finch, and a lovely tackle from Marty Gurr. Wynn. Can't run it out, then kick it out. Let's see how he goes. Gurr has it. And drops it. Ball was propelled towards his own goal line. Gurr back in the St George half. That'll be interesting to see that again, but we've got Schubert. That's Cleal. Again he's made the bust. Cleal's going for the corner. He's got Boasted. This must be a try, and Cleal's in to score. That's a beautiful try. He was threatening all the time, and it was only a matter of time before Noel Cleal was going to disrupt the St George defence to that extent. Six minutes before half-time. St George 5, East's 3, scrum on the East quarter line, and the St George ball going into attack, and Morris is dangerous. Oh, and he was almost away apart from...
I would imagine Eastern Suburbs would go off at half-time shaking their heads, because St George are leading 5 points to 3, and it's been all East up until 10 minutes from the half-time. Saints, I feel, are now starting to get into their game.
And Morris has made the break. That's 2 semi-breaks he's made. He's only had to have another half metre of room and he was away.
It shut the gate, but I get the feeling that Saints are on their game.
Reddy, a good little kick. Reddy following it through, being chased by Metcalf, and Reddy couldn't take it for 3 gains. Tackle count starts again, and where's this Eastern Suburbs defence? Buckley is dummy half, going himself, and he's very close and not able to ground it, struggling his way over the line and held up.
There too for Eastern Suburbs if that ball was able to bounce for Reddy.
And you'll notice that Hastings was able to roll over on his back and keep the ball on top of his chest, and well, Buckley...
I'd imagine at half-time the Eastern Suburbs coach Bobby Fulton would be stressing the importance of holding onto the ball. East made far too many errors in scoring positions in this first half, and as a result I feel that East should be well and truly in the lead.
Andrews. Good break up over halfway. Andrews looking for his wingers. He hasn't got the pace to outrun the defence, and he's down to the quarter line. He really needed support on the spot then. Metcalf. Schubert. Here's East with the last chance before half-time, and Des O'Reilly is down 5 metres out. St George scrum win, Trudgett. Andrews was standing very wide, and Trudgett very nearly penetrated the gap. This is Wynn. Finch, Young, Reddy, Morris, Johnston, showing a lot of pace. Johnston knocked over by Gurr, the fullback, and held down by Sydenham. Only 10 metres out. Here's a chance for St George. Morris and Stone. Away to Trudgett, right under the post. Held the ball up just slightly, and Trudgett on the burst. Very good thinking from Robert Stone to unload the ball. Schubert 10 metres from halfway now to Lang. Ailiff.
They're big men too, going into rucks there. Ailiff and Metcalf, Harvey, these fellows, they make their presence felt.
Andrews reversing it. That's Tobin. And he's a hard-running block forward. Look at the pace. He's running away from Reddy across Johnson. Got it back to Schubert. Looks for support. Lang was up there, the hooker. Dived on by Hastings. It's a St George ball. And Brennan tipped to the ground by Andrews.
But once again, that could have quite easily been an Eastern Suburbs try, and it's been the story of the game. The first half and the second half. There's Robert Finch making valuable ground for St George, but East just can't finish off their movements.
Reddy. Held down by Lang. To Dowling. Young. Trudgett. That's Morris. Penalty against East. It's 10 points to 5 in favour of St George after 16 minutes of the second half, and the kick-out is taken by fullback Gurr, and he's on halfway. Lang. That's Hastings, the halfback. Made a good break. He's a creative player, little Kevin Hastings. Gary Metcalf, the prop, is the dummy half. Lang. Ailiff. Went past Andrews, and Harvey got it to Sydenham and then to Cleal. And that's a lovely tackle out in the centres by Tony Trudgett. Ailiff, but it's Bowstead. Metcalf just standing in the tackle, and this St George defence is not carrying the same authority it did early. Back to Lang. Hastings. That's Gurr. On the St George quarter line, and the last tackle coming up for Easts. Back to Lang. Hastings. Morris got through on him quickly, and Hastings didn't get time for the bomb, but it's gone to Gurr. Gurr, the fullback, onto Andrews, and Barry Andrews is over to score. And that try coming all because the defence stifled the attempt of Kevin Hastings to kick, and they had... That's a good break by Tobin. Tobin's in the clear. How much pace has he got? Look at Johnson, the fullback. Tobin caught by Johnson. Lovely tackle indeed. But the break should never have been on in the first place. Tackle count starts again, and Easter on the attack. Cleal struggling his way every centimetre of it towards the goal line. We're in for a very exciting finish in this match. Still 10-all with only about 12 minutes to go. And East's maintaining their momentum. Hastings. Tile driven to the ground. That was a dangerous tackle. That's Stone. Most of the St George forwards have just come to a standstill now.
Yeah, they're flat-footed, they are, yes. Not only the forwards, but also the backs. But there's Craig Young again, taking that ball up.
McKellar on the far wing. Almost down to halfway. He's over halfway. He's got Gurr to beat, and beats him well. Across comes Hastings. Oh, this is a great run. The ball floated infield.
Great run by McKellar, but scrappy towards the end. They're throwing that in pass and hoping that St George player can pick it up. It was quite a let-off, though. Magnificent piece of work.
And it looks as though East are going to make another replacement. They're got the ball on their own quarter line, but they've got Steve McFarlane standing on the sideline, and he'll be coming on shortly. Wait and see who's going to come off. No indication as yet. That's Tobin, the lock forward, to play it. Lang. Last tackle coming up. Harvey, dummy half. Hastings looking for the touchline. Johnson across, but he can't keep that in play. And that's just what East's need at the moment. It looked to be raked St George's side, but the weight of the East's pack won them the ball. Andrews. Hastings to Sydenham. And the little dummy stopped the defence. And that's good, strong tackling from Robert Stone. Lang. Hastings. Metcalf. Floating up to Andrews. Buckley for St George on the quarter line.
Looks very much like East are trying to throw this game away with their foolish passing and their bad handling. At this stage, they're by far the stronger side. But St George are able to keep East out and have now possession, but whether they can get out of their own territory remains to be seen. East still looking very strong.
Stone. Floating it back to Young. Quick passing to Trudgett. Wynn. Dowling up the middle. Wynn. Again looking for the kick to drive East's back, but he gave it to Jansen. Bumped Harvey off, and away goes Finch. Well over halfway. A lovely pass out to the centres. That's Johnston. Johnston's got his winger Brennan with him. Brennan caught, and the touch judge's flag is up.